Gotham Knights devs decry story spoilers after strategy guide releases early. Gotham Knights' biggest spoiler may have leaked and WB is fighting back. Gotham Knights developers decried the spread of massive spoilers for the game after recipients of an early released strategy guide shared them online. Gotham Knights developers responded to the recent spread of massive spoilers for the upcoming game. As reported by GamesRadar+, Gotham Knights developer WB Games Montreal criticized the recent onslaught of significant spoilers for the game that surfaced online. Some fans received a companion book for the game early, leading to a few uploading leaks about the upcoming title. The companion book, Gotham Knights, the official collector's compendium, which acts as both a strategy guide and art book, was not due for release until October 25. The leaks prompted several members of the development team to post on social media warning fans to avoid spoilers at all costs to preserve the full story experience. Gotham Knights praised in early reviews. The release of spoilers comes just 2 weeks before Gotham Knights launches. Early reviews for the game only began to surface last week following a press-only playtest, allowing fans their first look at extended gameplay and its oft-discussed multiplayer format. Most received Gotham Knights well, with the title earning acclaim for almost everything apart from the combat. Some found it somewhat stilted or lacking, though multiple reviewers noted this could be due to the streaming format of the playtest. With less than 2 weeks to go before its release, Gotham Knights fans are being asked to dodge spoilers online after a seemingly major leak. Some official art books for the game appear to have shipped early, and at least one player started sharing screenshots of the game's alleged ending on Reddit. At least one developer behind the comic book Beat 'em Up has since reacted on social media with frustration. "I can't begin to understand why would anyone spoil a story, whether it's a game, a movie, a book, whatever, for others," tweeted Fleur Marty, the game's executive producer at Warner Bros. Games Montreal, on October 7. In addition to co-op multiplayer and Diablo-like skill trees and loot, some recent previews for Gotham Knights have pitched unraveling the mystery at the center of its narrative as another major focal point. Now, with the official art book seemingly out ahead of schedule, leakers are starting to spoil some of those story threads online. Critics universally praised Gotham City itself, with many hailing it as the best gaming interpretation of it of all time. It features the most extensive version ever created for a game. Gotham Knights developers also laid out over 400 years of history for the city. Game director Jeff Ellener described Gotham City as its own developing character as it undergoes changes following Batman's death. "Gotham, the city, is such a huge character in Gotham Knights," Ellener said. "Our whole concept of Gotham was this crazy, layered city. All the art that resonated with us and made it great is that you have a city that wants to be amazing, but it has these layers where not everybody is having the same experience of what it's like to live in Gotham City." The relationships between the 4 protagonists also received substantial praise. Jason Todd aka the Red Hood, Dick Grayson aka Nightwing, Tim Drake aka Robin and Barbara Gordon aka Batgirl, all must learn to work together after battling Gotham's villains largely on their own. Much of the story reportedly revolves around their relationships as they come to terms with their grief and try to take up Batman's last case before his death. Gotham Knights launches for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S and PC on October 21. Spoiler warning. The setup for Gotham Knights is that Batman has been killed in a terrorist explosion, and his surrogate family, including Nightwing, Jason Todd, Robin, and Batgirl, are tasked with trying to regain control of the city, now under siege by the Court of Owls. Bruce Wayne's death was teased in the trailers and discussed early on. Creative director Patrick Redding even doubled down on that plot point at San Diego Comic-Con 2022, telling one fan who asked during a Q&A that yes, Batman really was dead. But the apparent art book reveals that's not necessarily the case. Screenshots of 2 pages making the rounds online reveal Bruce is actually resurrected at some point by Talia al Ghul using the Lazarus Pit. The art book goes on to detail an apparent boss fight with Batman where the player has to dodge uninterruptible attacks, while also using speech prompts to try and bring a berserk-caped crusader to his senses. What happens next isn't exactly clear, and there is already fan disagreement. One interpretation is that Batman dies once again while trying to protect his surrogate family from Talia. Another is that he survives, allowing for some interesting possibilities in the endgame and post-launch updates. It's worth noting, however, that Gotham Knights is not officially part of the Batman Arkham universe. That continuity will re-emerge in 2023 Suicide Squad. In theory then, WB Montreal can do whatever it wants with Batman in the Gotham Knights timeline. A major potential spoiler for the game, it's understandable why developers would be frustrated to see their work leak out of context ahead of the full game's release. As a longtime Batman fan, and someone who's played the entire Arkham trilogy plus WB Montreal's Arkham Origins, it's not at all surprising that Batman does actually appear in the game at some point. WB's Batman games have a history of hijinks like these, and beloved comic book heroes never stay dead for long. Batman in particular once propelled his consciousness through time and space after being omega-beamed by Darkseid.